Hello, this is Coach Non back in action. I just want to talk about today a very interesting topic, but I'm not going to review that just yet. If you're one of the golfers who pop up the ball in the air with the driver, this one's for you. If you're one of the golfers who never get it out of the bunker or thin the shots out of the bunker, this one's for you. This is to do with arc height. A very underrated topic in golf instruction, and yeah, it's a very important one. Let me tell you why. If you hit a fat or thin shot, it would be the low point, the bottom of the swing arc, moving to the right, or you're swaying off the ball too much, or moving to the left, or you're swaying actually towards the target too much, right? But also the low point can move up or down, and that's actually called the arc height. So let me demonstrate clearly with a whiteboard so you can see what I mean. So this would be ground level. This would be the golf ball. Right, and the arc height, of course, a good shot, it would go under here and up. Okay, that's obviously a good shot because the arc height is leveling out at the ground. We're talking about up or down only. The arc height can move up. That's when you top the ball or completely whiff the ball, right? If it moves up off the ground too much, it's going higher than it's supposed to. You can also go under too much, right? So go like this. So all of those three shots or three arc heights, they have the same low point or bottom of the swing. One on the top is actually a very thin shot. The ball is gonna go just roll on the ground, right? Because you hit the top of the ball. At the bottom one, the club enters the ground here, and you hit it way behind the golf ball, right? Where the low point is the same. It's right at the golf ball. So it's not always, the sways are moving away from the ball or away from the target or moving towards target this way that's causing the fat and thin shots. It's actually a lot to do with the arc height. Obviously, you want somewhere in the middle. You don't want the arc height to go way up above the ground or too low under the ground to hit the ball well. Why that's important? Because you need different arc heights for different shots. For example, if you have, you can see these two balls here on the ground. One you use the driver for. Obviously, the arc height is going to go up above the ground, right? But one's on the tee. This one would be kind of the tee height that most people would put for a par 3. Some would do it lower. Similar deal if the ball's on the ground. That's why you need to control the arc height, for these different types of situations that you get on the course. Not to mention the really severe side hill lie where the ball's right here and you need to hit the shot right here, way above your feet. So that's the same concept as well. Also, when the ball's sitting up in the rough, that one you also need to, same concept, you need to raise the arc height up above the ground, to match up where the ball is sitting. As opposed to when the ball is in the bunker, that's the only time when you really want to bottom out lower than the ground to get the ball out of the greenside bunker. Different story for a fairway bunker, of course. So let me demonstrate a few drills for you to get there, for you to manage your arc height better and strike the ball better. First of all, I would like you to start off with hitting the ball where it's slightly teed up. That's probably the most realistic one. That'll be the most useful in terms of hitting a good iron shot off a normal lie on the fairway. Okay. The drill that I like to do is actually to hover the club above the ground. Even use your hand, your right hand, place it on the wrist of your left hand to get a sense of the club going up. Adding this radial deviation where the club works towards yourself. As opposed to Anna, that's a problem because you can see that if I do that, I have to extend up. But I like to teach the wrist angles much more because people have more command, more control of the wrist rather than what they do with the body. And it often leads to better rotation, leads to better ball striking, better arc height control, most importantly, when you do this. Okay, so raise the club above the ground, make a little backswing, and try to clip the ball clean off the tee. The intention is to try and clip the ball clean. Doesn't matter if you hit the tee a little bit, as long as you don't hit the ground for this one. Raise it up, backswing, and try to get there again. That just hit me in the head, but that did not hit the ground. So that's a good one. For the next one, where the ball's teed up higher, as you would hit the driver. Obviously, the archive's gotta even be higher off the ground. So let me show you with my driver. Same thing with the driver. You can hover the club up slightly off the ground. Backswing. Try to clip the ball clean up. It doesn't have to go fast. You just don't want to hit the ball higher in the face or pop it up in the air. Right? Just same intention. Cool. Now is the part where you exaggerate the release. Okay. Where the ball's sitting on the ground. So this one, you want to almost hit the ground a little bit. You might want to feel like when I did hit the first one, where the ball's teed up slightly, especially if you are someone who tends to hit the ground too much, right? Hit a fat shot. Same here. And hover up the club slightly, and go ahead and hit one. I don't think that hit the ground at all.